Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So for this AFK journey video, we're going to talk about the next Relentless Rumble run, which is against the Stone Golem right here, or to be exact, the name is called Stone Warden. So this is a powerful earth elemental with the ability to manipulate stone and shaping into daily forms to strike down enemies. So one thing to take note is that this elemental defense right here basically makes Stone Warden unaffected, so you can't control it, and it takes 90% less physical damage. So you kind of want to use your true damage comms or your magical damage comm to deal with this boss over here. Now for the first skill, Stone Hammer deals damage. Passive doesn't use normal attack but cycles through 3 different transformation skill. So transform into a giant stone hammer to deal damage, and if the enemy is shielded, deals extra damage equals to the enemy's remaining shield value. So what this means is, if let's say you have too many shielding unit, these golems are gonna hit pretty hard, but you will still probably need like Hyugin as well as Coco in your team for the damage reduction, so that your team can survive past the Q threshold. So that's for this, I'll say, like this ability right here. Second skill, Stone Shover. Transform into a massive stone that moves towards the nearest enemy, knocking all enemies within 1 tile back towards obstacles or the edge of the battlefield. So this also deals extra damage, and this skill is more for the channeling skills like Smokey or any other units that want to channel their skill. They might be affected by this one because they will be knocked back and then they will be stunned or interrupted. So that's for this ability. Now third skill, Stone Barrier. Once per battle, if the Stone Warden takes fatal blow, transforms into a stone wall, gaining 300% shield, and this active over here transform into a stone wall to block all damage from the front 180 degrees for 5 seconds. So for this part itself, right, I think what it's trying to mean is that this Stone Warden is able to gain a shield once it gets fatal blow. So you want to break the shield ASAP, and units like, for example, Lenya, as well as the likes of our dear Atalia should be the way to go. However, if you factor in this ability right here where you get 90% less physical damage onto this boss, Atalia is probably gonna be your best carry, because Atalia deals AoE damage, true damage, as well as has the ability to break through the shield of the boss, and also not that much affected by all the pushback ability that this boss has to offer. So for this one, I think Diamond gives you that single target buff as well as the control, but the control doesn't actually affect this boss over here, so I don't think it matters too much. But Diamond's true damage potential is actually pretty good, and on top of that you get this additional shielding. And one thing about Diamond over here is, with the Supreme Plus skill over here, right, you do get the conversion of the remaining shield into a heal for your team. So what this means is the shielding is not wasted and can provide for additional heal while giving you the Graveborn faction bonus, so that you get a 4-1 bonus right here. And for the artifact of choice, we're using Elderbow spell for the additional range damage. But I think personally you can also try to run your Dragon Roar for the attack percentage as well as the haste, but I think this one just gives you more damage so that you're able to net more kills before your whole team dies out. So without further ado, let's start this battle. So against this rocks over here, I personally think it's probably best to just go for as much damage as possible, because once we reach that 60Q range, they really hit like a truck. And especially because we are running Coco in a team, the shielding that Coco gives to us initially allows us to survive better. But at the same time, because this boss deals bonus damage against your shielders, this actually makes the boss hit a lot harder, especially towards that 60Q range. So that's one thing to take note of. And another thing to take note of is, even though this boss cannot be controlled, but this boss can be pushed back. So Elderbow spell over here not only gives you more damage on your range damage dealer, but also push back the boss such that your units will be a little bit safer. So this will give you a more safe damage output environment. As you guys can see, our Mirael can unleash the skill at the back line. So we are close to the Q threshold, which is the 60Q range right here. So the boss will start hitting really hard. Hopefully RNG is in our favor and we are able to sort of push them back and then net more kills. So yeah, it's basically where the boss starts to hit like a truck, and then all the units just started to melt. So this is basically the run, okay? So I think my RNG could be a little bit better, and I could potentially net more kills, but you guys realize that there was just this sudden burst of damage near the 60Q mark, and then everybody just started dying. This is because of the shielding from Coco triggering the additional damage of the Stone Warden ability, right? So this one over here. So this one is actually really painful once you reach the Q threshold. So this is team number 1, my best team at 64 Qs. Okay, so this is the second team, the wildest team that I actually showed earlier. So for this one, we're running Lily May as well as Pheromore as the main damage dealer. We are using Lawson for the additional magical damage as well as the AoE debuff, and also the additional heal once you have him with the EX weapon. So once you kill off the enemies, Turbulent Resurgence will allow you to recover some HP over here. So that's what we are trying to achieve with Lawson, to give us the additional heal. Because previously, like I mentioned, if you have too much shield, the boss starts to hit really hard near the 60 kill count. So for the wildest one, we are running Pheromore with the true damage, and we are running Lily May as well as our dear Lawson over here to trigger more of the Elder Bow spell. So without further ado, let's start the battle. Okay, so once you kill off the rocks, you will see the burst heal coming out from Lawson's ability. So this will give us the sustain that we need. And then Lawson also has okay like AoE damage right here, as you guys can see. So this can help trigger the Elder Bow spell pretty consistently. And we are buffing up our Lily May with Pheromore's boost. So our Lily May can be a main damage dealer for this fight. Okay, so we have AoE from our Lawson as well as our Pheromore, and then single target damage that kills off each unit faster with Lily May right here. Okay, so Elder Bow spell will increase the damage output of our Lily May as well as Lawson, and then Lawson over here has AoE coverage with the heal for the team. So we reduce our reliance on the shielding, and then we get Lawson's burst heal to give us that quick kill and then heal up for the whole team. So right here, the opponent starts to hit really hard, and then we just get busted down right here. So 58 kills, it all happens so quickly, and this is the damage distribution for this team right here. So that's for the Pheromore team. Okay, so last team we have the Light Bearers. So similar setup, and this time around we have Mirael as our main DPS as well as Siren for some AoE coverage as well, and our Hugin for the damage reduction as well as the attack buff and shielding. So Coco for even more damage reduction with Elder Bow spell. So let's start this one. So this is the light Varel version of the full magical team. So my Mirael's not the most built up, so her damage output might not be the most spectacular, but this team on average can actually score a Q count of around 48 to 52. So that is for this team. A lot weaker compared to the other two, but considering the fact that you are fighting against Shamira as well as Pheromore, which are some of the best damage dealers in the game, I think it's quite okay if, let's say, you have these units built up for you to claim out all your rewards for this fight over here. So we will jump straight into the final damage portion so that you guys can see the Q count as well as the final numbers. Okay, so this is the final Q number at 51 Q with the damage distribution right here, as you guys can see. So my Mirael's only EX5. I think she can hit a lot harder if we have EX10 right here. And you probably need the Supreme Plus upgrade for the additional DPS from Mirael for this fight.